Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another episode of the Steel City Commuters podcast. I am Austin Carnes, joined here alongside Nicholas Brown, all the ways over there on the other side of the media hub. And ladies and gentlemen, today we are bringing on yet again another sports comm student here at Point Park University, my good friend Ryan Quinn. Ryan, it's good to see you, my friend.
It's good to see both of you as well. I know we had that little interaction back in New York.
Yes. We're already starting with this?
Yes. I mean, we have to. I mean, that's the last time I saw all three of you together. So, I mean, there was a couple times during classes, but you know.
Yeah, this is the first real time. This was the New York squad. We covered that here on this podcast. It was a good time.
Oh, it was an amazing time.
What do you mean by
Time
that?
I won't forget.
Yes, a memorable time, and we're excited to probably do it again in March because once you do something once, you can't undo it or forget it.
So nice you got to do it twice.
So, exactly. Got to run it back. But Ryan, me and you, I mean, we've gone back a while. We've done a lot here at Point Park together, Sideline, UView. I know we've done some stuff with some of the other sports comm clubs. But what actually brought you to Point Park?
Yeah, so when I was like first going into high school, I was like looking around. I kind of like had said like I wanted to do something in sports in general. I was always a fan of sports, but then I kind of like realized my trajectory of like growing up. I'm like, I don't know if I can do this professionally. I'm not really sure if I have the capabilities of doing that. So I kind of knew that I wanted to go into something where it came from in the broadcasting points of it. So I was just kind of like looking for a bunch of places to see if they did like sports like production and like sports broadcasting and stuff like that. And there was like a couple of like career like things that I went to, like college fairs that they had. But then I saw that they had like the sports communication degree, and I was like, oh, that's exactly where I want to go. Like this place was like locked down from like the
Locked in.
Locked in. I was locked in on Point Park the first time I saw I had that like degree, and I applied to like a couple other places, but I was like completely set in on this one. And I applied, I got in, and now I'm here.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Was there ever like someone like, I know whenever we had Matt Plangy on, he said Bernie Ankney was one of the main people that brought him in. Was there somebody that you spoke with like when you first got here? Were you just like, no, I'm going to Point Park? Like, that's my go-to.
I was completely set in on Point
Park. You didn't even have that meeting or a tour.
I didn't have a tour. I didn't have anything. I kind of knew because I felt like
awesome.
I felt like I could just adapt to where I was going to be at. You know, I didn't have too much of like a worry of like the environment of where I was going to be fit in. I wanted to like go to college specifically to get like the connections, and knowing that like a school like this where I would have like ability to like go from the jump and immediately start helping in on broadcasts and do things like UView. Just like it locked me into it immediately.
Of course, and I mean Point Park does such a good job too at like having so many different outlets. Like you could do UView, you could do the Sports Comm Club, you could literally call live college sports games if you wanted to. I guess, is there a specific that like you want to go for? Is there like an end goal? Would you rather be like doing broadcasting, reporting? Does it not really matter?
It doesn't matter, but of course, like my always like end goal would be like broadcasting,
like play-by-play kind of,
play-by-play,
okay.
Whatever one works, as long as I'm able to get into that position. But I love most of these sports a lot, so it really wouldn't matter to me what specific, as long as I'm with the sport, you know, I'm gonna be happy doing it. But mainly it's always like, you know, that the end goal's like set in there, but however I get there, you know, I'm happy to just be there.
That's great.
Yeah.
You think Pittsburgh has the opportunities? You think downtown kind of what makes exciting about Point Park? You know, you have hockey, you have the Steelers, you have the Pirates, all within 10 mile radius.
It's so close. Yeah, no, that's like one of the main reasons too, having all these like sports like really connected together and having
Riverhounds. I forgot about that too.
I was about to mention the Riverhounds. You have a bunch of these places like all together, and having it be like literally downtown where you're in walking distance of everything was like also just like a bonus up. Like I saw the degree and I knew I wanted to go there immediately, but having like all those connections being really close together was like just like extra like added on top.
Of course, and you already got a kind of head start into that play-by-play journey. And both me and you actually covered the wiffle ball tournament.
Oh, yeah.
The NWLA, North Strabane Park up in Canonsburg. What an experience that was. What was it like for you?
Oh, it was fun. I mean, like the first day, like at the end, I had like a headache because we were out there for like 12 hours, and I was.
Well, you probably had to listen to Austin for those 12 hours, which probably could have given you a headache.
Don't you start with that nonsense over there.
I already broke him 7 minutes in. That's a new record, I think.
What can I say? I'm a giggler, but I was able to do it with Nathan Shivens. He's also a part of the like sports comm, and me and him were able to like have our own table and do that for that Saturday and Sunday up in Cannonsburg, and it was like a lot of fun. It took me a little bit to kind of get adjusted to it, just because everything was like really close together, and like part of me is also like, I don't want to be like, oh, and he strikes out for like the third time, and then they like hear it and they like give me a dirty look. I'm like, I don't want to deal with that. But then I finally got into the groove, especially Sunday. I feel like that's where I like really had the most fun with it, just because it took me a little bit to get adjusted to it all and everything that we had there. But it was really well run. Shouts out NWLA. They did a good job running everything. And that final, the last semifinals that they had was like really exciting to watch.
Oh, it was good.
Yeah. Because it went down to like the last out, and it was like a home run from a guy that was like pitching perfect. It was like a pitching masterclass.
Oh, it was amazing. I mean, I think both pitchers, right?
Both pitchers like did really well. Like it was literally like the whole game, like 1-2 hits. Like the pitching there, I was not expecting it to be as good as it was. When I was talking to the guy that like recruited us, he was like saying, oh, they pitch like 90, and I was like, I've seen like a couple of clips on like TikTok and stuff like that to see what they have, and then like actually seeing it live and like seeing those pitches come. I was flinching so many times seeing the ball like go it's like there was a net right in front of us, and I was like, I thought it was gonna hit me, so I was like,
yeah, you kept doing that too.
I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, there's a net right there. What am I doing? But yeah.
How did you prep for the wiffle ball tournament? Given it's a different sport that you didn't really think that play-by-plays could happen. Did you have notes? Did it take you all of Saturday to adjust? How did you make Sunday kind of fit in perfectly and you were comfortable? Because every time you get a new gig or every time you get an opportunity, you don't even know what to expect. And Saturday, and especially if it's 2 or 3 days, the first day is always rough, but then 24 hours later, you can get settled in real quick.
Yeah, it was just like the kind of groove of the games for the most part. I wasn't sure what I was exactly expecting, because like all I saw was like clips and stuff, and I wasn't like completely sure of the rules. I was just kind of going along with it, seeing what was going on. Luckily for us, the first 6 games that we did were all like the same 4 teams, so research was able to like do like a little bit where we would like have the names down, get them all figured out. So I was able to have that there for the most part for like research wise, and it was just kind of getting into the groove of the game, because there would be like some games where it's like just a hitting masterclass. Sometimes it would just be a lot of walks happening. And then some days late, like the end of Sunday games, those were like the most exciting, because those were like the top of the top. Because that was like 16 teams from like all around. Like they had like a bunch of people from like Pennsylvania, and they had someone coming down from like Louisville.
Wow. Wow, making references.
I'm pretty sure. I could be lying. So
You could be lying. You just have the name stuck in your head.
Louisville was always stuck in my head.
You're welcome, by the way.
But yeah, they had like a bunch of these like all-star teams come up together, and it was just really fun seeing like the progression of it and seeing how like each game had like a different part of it that was exciting. So it took a little bit to like kind of get into the groove. That's what I would say is like the biggest issue, is just kind of like just soaking it all in and kind of realizing what was happening, and then I was able to adapt from there.
Yeah, and adding on to that too, I mean, whenever I was preparing notes, because I was also calling some of those games, I had my laptop pulled up on one side and then a little notepad on the other. So I was trying to take pregame notes before the game even started, but it was hard because there wasn't really any film to go back and watch.
Yeah.
Like when I'm covering the other sports, I try and watch like the game or event beforehand. But there really wasn't anything to watch. It was kind of just stats online. So you kind of had to put together your own broadcast, which was fun because, like you said, Saturday was rough. I also had a migraine that day. It was awful.
It was so bad,
and the worst part about Saturday was I had to leave and actually go cover wrestling later that night. So I was so out of it that day. But Sunday, man, I got to tell you, that semifinals game, I forget his name. Oh, I feel like an idiot. Who was I? You were right behind me. I was directing, and he was calling
Oh, my God. No, I forget
From
it,
Waynesburg. The dude from Waynesburg.
Yeah.
Callis. Something
Callis, yes, Callis. I know that's the last name.
I don't know his first name, but Callis was the one calling it. What an amazing game that was.
Oh, yeah.
That was my first like game that I like really, really produced. I think I ended up directing 4 games, and then I called 6.
Yeah.
And it was a good experience.
And you weren't hoarse after?
Surprisingly not. Not.
That means he didn't talk a lot then.
I knew the joke was coming. I thought you were being genuine for once.
I was too. Well, I'm playing both sides here.
I was Saturday because by the time I got to wrestling, I was drained. Sunday, I was cool. Sunday was fine. But that next Monday, no, I was exhausted. I was out of it.
Would you do a wiffle ball tournament again? Would you call another game?
Yeah, no.
2027, they come back.
2027, I might have to be there. But no, if the opportunity did like, come up again and there were like talks, I would totally do it again. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they also have it in St. Louis next year. So if you want to go all the way down to St. Louis.
I don't think I will go down to
I think us 3 should go. That would be a great car trip.
Oh, fantastic.
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 You'd be gambling the whole way.
No. And you'd be drinking the whole way.
Oh, you can't do that.
You'd be wearing Louisville the whole way.
Well, I have to. That's a lot better than gambling and drinking.
Great.
Go on now.
Backed us into a corner here. Good. Take it over there, Nick.
Well, I mean, do you think not only with football, but what do you actually want to do in your career? Where do you want to go with this path? Do you want to be a play-by-play for the Steelers, play-by-play for the Pirates? Because we're in this city, we're in Pittsburgh, and a lot of these people that have been around, they're old. They're getting ready to retire within the next 3 to 4 years when we're ready to graduate. Maybe in the next let's just put a time frame, 2 to 5 years. Yeah. Where do you want to land? What's your dream?
I think like nationally broadcasting games. Of course, like if I had like a set job with like either like Pirates, Penguins, or Steelers, and they had me do like play-by-play or color for that, I would be dead set on it. But I think like my focus is kind of want to be on play-by-play, just because I kind of see how the trajectory of like the sports broadcasting is kind of going. They get a lot of these like older players and these legends of the game, and they have them come down for color, which like makes total sense because that's what you want to hear, like get back to the like old days. And a lot of them are like really good, like Dan Orlovsky, like amazing
I love
analysis, like these play they know the game, so having them as color is like phenomenal. But that's where I know I have to like really start like locking in on the play-by-play part and making sure that like the people watching in are like having an enjoyable broadcast. So if I were to be set in on like any type of sport and I was like the main play-by-play on like radio, I would totally down with that. End goal would always be nationally calling something on like some type of network like ESPN, NBC, something like that. But if they gave me the opportunity, if I got like the chance to like do that, I would be totally set on it. And if the opportunity came for nationally, I probably would jump towards it, but again, that's a far out reach. I still have a bunch of learning I need to do. So, but yeah.
Well, relaying that back to Point Park then, kind of backtracking here for a second, was there ever, I guess, what was your favorite part or opportunity that you've gotten at Point Park so far? Because I wasn't here last year when we won like the big championship game and everything for basketball, but I heard how magical that was for everybody else that was a part of it.
Yeah.
Would you say that was one of your biggest moments here, or was there maybe another one?
Oh, absolutely. So we won I forget what conference it was. The RSC, the River States Conference, and we won the championship there back in 2023, 2024, and that was just like a magical moment because all of us got together. I was doing camera for that game. We had it was like Greg Hillman, who graduated my like freshman year, and he was calling the game. I think it was someone Hodges, I forget his first name.
I know who you're talking about, yeah.
Mike Hodges, I believe. And like a bunch of us doing camera thing, like Bryn was directing. I think Matt was doing something too, but he might have been at where I forget. But I know that like moment was magical, like the time where the buzzer ended and like everyone exploded and we were like all like just trying to get all the angles. Like it's something that's like a moment I would never forget. Another moment was just like kind of like sideline stuff as well. There's just been a bunch of moments where that's like a ton of fun. I enjoyed it. I wasn't originally like that wasn't like my original plan of doing that, but there's like the first time they were doing it, I was gonna show up and like help out and stuff. I think I was gonna do like some type of like backstage role.
Yeah.
But then they needed someone to come in to do I think one of the local reports, and like Bryn saw me like I was waiting around Village Park and she was like, "Please do this," and I'm like, well, I have to now, and then I did, and that's kind of how I started doing that every week.
Now, talk to me about sideline. What else have you done on there? I'm assuming you've done case, right?
Yeah,
I've done reporting.
I've done reporting. I haven't done a lot of backstage stuff, mainly just because I'm like in that moment where a lot of the time there wasn't anything specific I wanted to report on. I kind of kept doing local at the time, just because that's like what I started with. But as time like went on with the other like Point Park sports, there'd be like seeing who wants to do what, and then I would like fill in my position there. I did a lot of track and field. I felt towards the like spring months. So that's what I did a lot. That winter, spring. That's what I focused on a lot. So it's been a lot of reporting and then doing some sort of case stuff when I have like the opportunity.
Some people get so nervous too doing that sideline.
Oh yes, for sure.
I've noticed
petrified my first. I was petrified.
Were you petrified?
My first. Oh yeah, absolutely.
You want to hear my first time on it?
It was the case, right?
It was case.
Yeah.
It was the Penguins case. I forget who I was all on with, but we were debating Mike Sullivan. Go figure.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember, I think it was, I want to say it was not Shamito, because Shamito got into it with me the second time around. Oh, who was it? It was Ryan. It was Ryan.
Ryan Thiele.
Yeah, it was Ryan Thiele. He said something. It was absurd, by the way, but he said something. And I looked at him, and when it was my turn, I was like, okay, well, respectfully, you're wrong, and here's why you're wrong. And when I said that, that's just my go-to cadence. But whenever I said that, everyone started dying laughing, and it caught me off guard, so I started laughing on camera. So I kind of paused for a second, and then I picked back up with my thing. And I told Matt, and I actually told Matt when he came on the podcast this, I told Bryn when she came on 2 Jagoffs this, I was like, that was my most embarrassing moment. They were like, what do you mean? That was one of your best moments. That was hilarious. Like, you had everyone dying. And I'm like, no, you don't understand. I wasn't trying to make everyone laugh. I was just saying that he was wrong because he was wrong.
Oh, Tile had to. I remember, I forget who he was talking. I think it was Peyton.
Okay.
It was during like Steelers draft, and we were having a bunch of discourse about that. And he said he wanted us. I believe correct. I might be wrong, but I think if I like go back, it was like one of the free segments I did. He wanted the Steelers to draft Will Howard in the first round.
Oh my God.
Oh boy. These are a lot of bad takes. I think we need a new podcast. Weekly bad takes in Pittsburgh.
You be the host.
My takes were great, obviously.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
But
would you say
Austin's takes were great, by the way? Said no one ever.
Obviously, he was right about the Penguins.
For once, one of his only times he was right.
I was right about the Penguins. I said they should have been sellers. Guess what? They were sellers. I should have said they got.
How many times are you right versus wrong? I think that's a good comparison.
It depends on what we're talking about.
Oh, well, we're talking about.
How about you share with Ryan your take that you've had all year?
I got to hear a take from you.
What was my take?
Oh, you know what your take was. The one that you make me ask every guest about. The Cowboys.
Oh,
damn
the
it.
Cowboys. I don't know if you saw last week. Per some stats and some math and some arithmetic that I was able to put together, there's a 95% chance of them going to the Super Bowl and winning. Would you agree?
Oh, well, you see, I have to see. I have to fact check this. Honestly, I have to see the math that you got up here because according to my calculations, that's totally wrong. 95% chance.
95?
95, yeah.
That was his reaction last week.
95. I was doing the same thing. There's a lot of other teams in the NFC that I think are better.
I don't know who's doing your arithmetic, your algebra, your trigonometry, your geometry.
I learned it from you.
I don't know. Me? Absolutely not. The Cowboys in the Super Bowl? No. We have a better chance of seeing a shooting star tonight than the Cowboys in the Super Bowl.
There was just a full
better chance.
Yeah, okay. You're lucky if the Cardinals will even make it out of the preseason alive.
I'll take that.
Of course.
What the hell is this?
It's a little fist bump. Do you want one too? I'll give you one too.
Not after all that shit and shenanigans.
That was my right hand. This is my left hand. They're totally different beings.
If you're going to talk about Cardinals, I think there's another podcast down by the river that specializes in Cardinals.
Well, don't jump in it.
What's that podcast?
Very scary.
The one that doesn't get any views because nobody listens or supports them.
Okay.
The river.
Cardinals are trash compared to every team. We know the Pirates and the Cardinals. We like that moment.
Oh.
What? Pirates and Cardinals?
Well, I mean,
Or not the Pirates, Steelers and Cardinals.
Oh, we love that moment. That moment's iconic.
09. Oh, my God.
Oh, my goodness.
2000.
I wish I was more sentient at that time because I was just like 3 years old. And
It was 2009.
yeah, I was born in 2005, but it was in 09.
Oh, you were born in 05.
Yeah. Oh,
okay, I was
Jesus.
born in 03. That's why.
Math isn't this hard.
Math isn't 95 over there.
What are we talking
Yeah,
about?
Math isn't this hard.
Math isn't that hard. I want to know who teaches in your New Kensington math department after those odds. That's what I want to know.
My odds are the best odds that you can ever get, and they're even free odds
But
too.
you gotta hope you don't trade Micah.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, that's another worry. If that does happen, the odds really tank
They
down to.
drastic go down.
No, Cowboys fan, you bluffed the answer on Zoom. What happens if they do get rid of Micah Parsons?
If they do get rid of Micah, those odds from 95 really tank down to 20, 15, 10.
Really, that low?
Yes. You strip out a lot of X categories, X Micah, X this QB, X this player, and you can get a lot of different stats.
Mm-hmm.
I really hope I can see the equation.
I don't even know the equation. I just put some numbers together in my head. This is the best equation you'll ever get.
Numbers don't lie.
These are just some of the hot.
For you.
This podcast is for the hottest shits and giggles that we do every week. Don't you agree?
I guess.
I have been giggling a lot, so I mean, I guess it's working.
It's working. You're enjoying the banter. So
It's incredible.
You can't find this anywhere other than in Pittsburgh. No, in any other city, you can't find this banter. This.
I mean, you go to
excitement.
New York. If we were
Well,
there.
yes, you can. At the hotel and at Phoebe's Tavern, you surely Amazon Whole Foods, you surely can.
Absolutely.
This guy's such.
I completely.
You're the one that brought that up.
That's out New York.
You want to talk about New York?
We can.
All right, let's talk about New York. I mean, after all, this is the New York reunion. That's been the title as well.
Yes.
This is the New York reunion. So
It was a very memorable trip. I remember we got there the first night. We had to go to Phoebe's Tavern. It was a meet and greet. Ryan and I were chilling. We were interacting. And then you got Orange Man over there over at the bar. 2 or 3 shots, 2 or 3 beers.
gosh.
It was very quickly. And then we had to go to Amazon Whole Foods because, well, we were hungry, And, well, he was lost. And, well, I had to kind of babysit. And
So you're just going to skip over the networking that we did?
They have really good donuts.
what the hell kind of networking did you do at the bar?
Oh, Kyle Archer.
Oh, yeah. You call that networking.
I mean, like, if you look at it from the right angle.
I got him locked into the podcast that week. That day we locked in the podcast.
That is true. I was there for that.
That is true.
We were talking about the podcast, like him coming on and stuff like that. So, and
But it happened 6 months later.
It happened 8 months later.
A month.
Yes, 8
Oh,
months.
that.
Even more.
Yeah, even. Okay.
A month. And not 8.
Singular.
A singular month later.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, a single month later. It wasn't that bad. But no, New York was overall great. I mean, if you want to talk about outside of that experience, we could talk about the Today Show, the New York Times. I mean, what great opportunities. What was your favorite, honestly, what was your favorite part about New York, in all seriousness?
Rooming with us, right? Top
It
top
might
5.
have to be. That might have to be. Because I enjoyed everything we saw. Of course, like I think also, I guess like if we were looking at just from like what we were able to like experience as far as the guides would go. I think like the control room they had at the Today Show too. Seeing
Sneak.
like all of those.
I just broke this live
Oh
on
my
camera.
goodness.
These are some.
He's already tired of me. He doesn't want me to talk.
I know. He's just cutting you off. Do you need help over there? Do
Yeah,
need to
I
get
don't know
up?
what. I don't know what the hell I did. I don't.
Goodness.
I promise.
I'm so sorry, Ryan.
There we go. Hey, we got it all figured
There
out.
We
we go.
weren't in here before, and this room was a total disaster. So, whoever was in this podcast, you know who you are, and we will hunt you down. We will hunt you down.
We will find you.
We? What do you mean we're going to hunt you down?
Oh, Jesus.
Speaking a lot
Fine.
of French over there. We. I'm not doing nothing. That's all
never,
you.
You never do anything anyway, so.
Speaking of foreign folks, when we go down to you guys were going to get dinner.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
And I personally, I'm a very picky eater, like full transparency. If there's like I get set in on the foods that I like, and I'd rather not try. Like I would like try things, but I don't want to try things in like an area where like, what if I spend like a decent amount of money on this,
Right.
and then I don't like it, when I could go to another store and know exactly, oh, this is what I like, this is what I want to eat. So they were looking for Italian restaurants.
Yep.
Yeah. Bunch of Italian restaurants were on the like kind of where we were at.
We were in Little Italy.
And we kept like walking around. It's very funny because I'm like, my hometown is like called the Little Italy.
Oh,
So
so
I'm basically a traitor, but I'm Irish, so I'm not really. But we were all like looking around, and they had a bunch of these people like outside trying to get everyone to a different store. And this one, he comes up to me, right? And he has his TikTok up, and it's like a video of the food that they have, and he's like showing me, and he's like, "Oh, this is really good, you should come in." I'm like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I don't like Italian food," right? And there's like some I like, but what he was showing me, I'm not a big fan of red sauce. That's like one of like the main turn-offs. I think it was like something like that, and I was like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I don't like it." And then he's like, "Then why are you here? Go on and get it. You need to leave." And I'm like, "Whoa,
He's
chill
pressing
out."
you.
He was pressing me. And then eventually, I settled down. I'm like, "Okay, I'm gonna go to where I want to go." These two and 2 others went to like, they were still looking around. Then they betrayed me because they went to the guy.
Wait a minute.
Whoa.
They went to the guy that was pressing me.
okay, time out. The only reason why we went to him was because we were at the restaurant across the street, and we're
this
looking
is-
at the menu.
And this is the best moment, I think, that we can relate to. Because,
We're looking at the menu. You want me to say it or you?
well, I was going to say, I think it's important to say, we didn't care what the hell we were eating.
Yeah.
It was the girls that were like...
It was the
putsy.
girls.
It was the girls putsying around trying to figure out and compare spaghetti prices. What the hell? Just pick some place. Spaghetti.
They were. So I was looking at the menu, and one of them wanted fettuccine Alfredo.
Yes.
And she was like, "Oh, it's a little expensive here. Do you think it's cheaper over there?" And I look over at the guy. He's across the street. And he's just waving.
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Do you want me to ask him?" And she was like, "Yeah, ask him." So I look over, and you know how wide those roads are in New York. I'm like, "Hey, yo!" And he looks over, and he's like, "Yeah." And I'm like, "How much is your fettuccine?" And he literally looks over at the menu. He yells back, $25. I look back. I was like, we're in. And we literally walked across the street and we were like, we're sold.
I still think this is a betrayal.
It's not a betrayal. And he started laughing. He started crying. He gave me a hug. We got his Instagram and everything. It was great.
They took a photo with him.
Yeah, we took a photo.
Op. That's my op.
It's your off?
That's my op.
That you lost out on.
Yelling at me in New York. No one else was yelling at me.
You're the one that caused all these issues about spaghetti because you're too damn picky.
Okay, well, that's not even my fault when you really get down to it.
But they had other things on that menu than spaghetti.
You know, but like the other place, though.
The bread with the olive oil was the best part.
No.
Didn't you spill your beer too at the restaurant?
Oh, my goodness.
This guy. Yes, I did.
If my memory serves me correctly.
I had a hard time opening it.
Oh, yeah, you had a hard time, all right.
You see this, Ryan? Is unnecessary.
I do see it a lot, but no.
Unnecessary. But no, another good part about New York, the origin of the Louisville story. Can you share that?
Yes.
I want you to share from your
I
perspective.
forget. So, okay, case in point, I don't really follow college sports too much, you know, like I see if Pitt's winning, you know, I was very excited because I was reporting on them during the sideline stuff, and they kept breaking these streaks because they went 7-0, and I'm like, oh, this is perfect, I'm so excited to see this, and then they started losing. That's not there. So I don't follow sports that much, but we did a sideline March Madness bracket. Granted, I didn't know that Louisville was in a little bit of a losing streak when it came to the first round. So all I saw when I was picking it, I'm like, oh, I know Louisville. I'm going to pick them to win, right? And we're going out to eat after we went to see the New York Times. And then and they had the game on the screen, and it's getting to the end, right? And they're just losing. And I'm cheering them on. You know, I'm saying, please, Louisville, please, you have to win this. I can't have my bracket be busted first game of March Madness. So I'm begging here, trying to hope that they win at least something. You know, they fight back. They were trying to fight back. They kept getting clobbered. And so I kept cheering them on. And these two were laughing a lot because they kept seeing Creighton be able to shut them down, and they're
and I had Creighton too.
And he had Creighton because he was in the he had his own bracket, but he had Creighton.
And that bracket later got busted real easy.
Oh,
thanks, Clemson.
Thankfully, thank you, Clemson, because I had them losing. But it came down to that, and then eventually they lose, and I'm miserable because my bracket just got busted. I just made it. I couldn't a first game. You couldn't have me gone at least 4-0. Fifth game, I would have been fine.
You were depressed.
I was. It was tragic. Honestly, I didn't know how to recover.
And that's how I got the name Louisville.
So that's why these two are the only people ever to call me Louisville.
Well, after this episode comes out, you're gonna have a lot more people calling.
Right.
Maybe, possibly. If I hear Louisville and then it's not from either your true mouths, it's gonna be bad.
It's gonna be bad.
Well, I know that I have no partake in any of this issue, so it's all Austin's fault.
I mean, in all fairness, I'll actually take the blame. It definitely is my fault.
Tommy takes the blame for something after all these episodes.
No, because I was the one that laid in Louisville quite a bit.
Yes.
And I remember that night. You were miserable when we were in the hotel room. You were like, I'm just depressed.
I was. It was even worse when Duke lost.
Yes.
Because it was the same thing. I was looking at the scores. I'm like, oh, they're winning. I'm hyped. You know, I'm going to go out with some friends. We're going to go to Genoa's. That's going to be perfect. And then I'm looking over at the corner. I'm looking at my phone. I'm like, why are they what's happening? And in Genoa's they have another screen. So I'm reaching over. I'm trying to look around and be like, what's happening? What's happening? Why are they losing? And then I see Cooper Flagg take that shot and it's short. And I'm like, oh my goodness.
So is this a lesson that no matter which team Louisville picks, to take the opposite of your bracket?
Well, I feel I was doing pretty good with the bracket overall, you know.
I mean, you didn't know Louisville was 0-9 going into the March Madness games.
You know, that's neither here nor there.
Okay.
Because, listen, that was just one game. And I had them lose the next round anyway, so
that's
I don't
fair.
even lose that many points. It's not like I had Louisville going on an insane run.
Imagine you had Louisville in the finals.
Oh, well.
Oh, that moment would never be able to be lived down.
Oh, it would be way worse.
Nah, you would be Louisville in my contacts and everything.
Absolutely. I would take it at that point. I would be totally fine with it, but it's the fact that it's the first game and I don't even have too much of an attachment to Louisville, all because one guy wanted to hit on me for that. Yes, you just said
yes,
that.
you damn it.
What are we talking?
Yeah, no, I labeled you that. I'll take the blame for that one.
We roomed. I thought our hotel was awkward. Just how the overall layout of it was. There was no elevator. It was mainly stairs.
It was weird.
The check-in was on the second floor.
Yeah.
The lobby was sketchy. Let's be honest. I remember that room being so damn cold.
It was very chilly, yeah.
He ended up bringing an air mattress because we know sharing the beds and all that fluffy stuff and.
Which I took one for the team if you really think about it.
Right, but
really did.
even Andy Conti said there's something wrong with you. Well, he explicitly didn't say that, but just his look and.
Well, yeah, he was like, "You're not sharing
aura,
He was like, "You're not sharing a bed," and I'm like, "No, absolutely not."
It was so cold in that room, the air mattress deflated. He woke up on the floor the next morning.
I was enjoying the bed comfortably.
I'm glad you did.
Yeah, I'm very sorry for your loss, but I'm not really.
No.
I think he blew it up in the middle of the night.
What?
Didn't you blow the air mattress up the one night at like 10, 11 o'clock at night? Because you're like, I don't know if this is going to sustain air.
Yeah, I did.
It was 65 degrees.
Yeah,
it
well,
was
here's
cold.
That first night, whenever I actually left the room because I had a Zoom call with IWC. So I had to go down to the lobby and I was on the Zoom call.
Oh, yeah.
And then I came back and you both were like asleep. And I was like, dang it, I can't blow this air mattress back up or else I'm going to wake you guys. So
No,
I just.
I'm very, like.
I'm very heart sleeper, yeah.
You're a deep sleeper or a light sleeper?
I'm more so that, like, even if I do wake up, like, it doesn't really matter to me because, like, my sleep schedule's just completely messed up.
He'll be in a daze. He won't even know where in the hell he's at. Well, let's just be honest.
I mean, sometimes. That's why I didn't wake because they did the Today Show filming. And
we woke up at 4 o'clock and you didn't even hear the damn alarms.
no.
We both had alarms going
I
off.
did not hear it at all. So
My alarm scared me. I'm not going to lie.
Oh yeah, this one's laying over in bed and jumped out of the bed because he got scared of his own
that
alarm.
makes sense. There's something. There's
It sounded like The
about-
Undertaker. I was like, who?
There's something about those alarms that were just so. I need to change it because it's like
What's your alarm?
it's like the. doo-doo-doo.
Oh, is it just like a standard one?
Yeah, and it just like I jump up and I'm like.
Mine's
Turn it
the
off.
iPhone bells. Da, 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 da.
That's not too bad, and that's not, I feel like I just need.
Mine
to
is
look
literally just some
peaceful
guy
one.
screaming, wake up at the top of his lungs.
And he had seven alarms set every 2 to 3 minutes.
Well, that makes sense. You don't want to be late for that.
Exactly.
I can wake up on the first alarm and call it a day.
Well, no, I just get mad when I wake up. I'm not a morning person. I'm so angry in the morning.
And that's why the first thing I said was, "Good morning, sunshine," to kind of brighten the mood up because
Yeah, I wanted to fire my pillow at him after I heard
he
that.
did.
Oh, did I fire it at you? I think I did.
I think you did. I dodged it too because I said, "Not today."
I don't remember any of that.
No, you were sleeping. You were knocked out
I
cold.
was very sleepy.
You were knocked out cold. But no, that was a really good trip. And I mean, the end off the trip was amazing too. I mean, both of us reliving our childhood being outside.
Yeah.
Again,
Yes.
at the one park. That was a lot of fun.
Oh yeah.
Central
Yeah.
Park.
Central Park.
Fun times.
While trying to take the subway with the two girls also was ridiculously insane. Trying to debate where we're going, who's being the navigator.
Part of that was my fault. I was doing a bad job. I thought because I'm so locked in on like Pittsburgh transit.
Are you
So
now?
I'm like, yeah,
We made it back in time though. So
exactly. It all got figured out. But like for me, I was like, I'm consider myself good at transit because when everyone's like coming to Point Park and I'm making all these new friends, I'm like one of the only people that are actually like been around the area enough and know like the bus system. So I'm like, oh, this is cake. I got this. I did not have this.
I mean, we did get lost going to the Today Show. Don't you remember that?
Yeah, that wasn't any of our fault though.
No, that was a Andy Conti fault, I think, or
Rollinson.
Chris Rollinson fault.
Yeah, that was Rollinson.
That was a whole debate at 4 o'clock in the morning. It's pitch black. We have no idea where in the hell we're going. You have the New York City rats in the subway. And, well, we got on and got off. I'm like, I don't know what the hell. So we were late. You would have enjoyed it. Us two were, like, figuring that.
We were just kind of there. We just had to take selfies, I think, the entire time, actually,
Yes.
in the subway. I think we were just taking pictures in the morning.
And I said one way. I think Rollinson contradicted me, and I ended up being right. When we got off, you were supposed to go to the left. He wanted to start going to the right.
Yeah.
Would you want to do New York again? But I think this time, if that did happen, we would have.
Oh goodness.
What the hell are you doing?
I have no idea what is going on over here today. It is so bad. There will be another person joining us. I promise. I have no idea what is going on.
Bombshell has entered into Steel City Commuters, I guess.
Look what you brought. That there will be a. There would be a fourth person joining us, Lucas, the other Jagoff, for 2 Jagoffs.
Have you met Lucas, Ryan? Or no?
I have not.
You know Lucas, though, probably just from seeing him on my socials and stuff, right?
the promos and stuff.
Oh, God.
He would be joining us for the New York trip, which means we would have 4 people
I
together.
would need the room of someone else. I couldn't break up you 3.
Because
No,
we would do
with
2 to a bed.
Oh.
Oh, God.
Oh.
No air mattress allowed because.
How about this? I have a better one. You and Lucas can go on one bed. You get your own bed, Ryan, and I'll take the air mattress on the
Oh,
floor.
Jesus, here we
I
go.
think that's perfect.
I think that's a
actually.
great idea.
There is no.
We're already locking in the plan for March. If I can
So you're okay. What the hell are you doing over there? I'm
He's
like,
looking for the things.
have magnets.
Like, rolled over to there.
oh my gosh. But no, the reason I brought up the outdoors thing, I can tell you're an outdoors kid too, I'm assuming. Then, right?
Oh, for sure.
Because we both were trying to climb a tree for like a half hour.
It did not work out.
And you didn't make it very far.
That tree was high though.
It was really high.
Well, you're short.
Okay, well,
I've been climbing trees my whole life.
calm down. Don't.
Not you, him.
Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure I'm shorter than him.
I don't know.
I'm 5'9".
You
Let's set the
claim-
scale. I'm
you-
5'9".
You
No,
claim that
no,
you're 5'9".
I just had to check it.
You claim that you're
No.
5'9". It does happen when you shrink, and you probably are shrinking.
And how tall are you again?
I have no idea.
No,
I can't.
we know. You said it multiple times. Just say it.
5'7", 5'8".
There you are.
But again, I think he's shrinking because it didn't even look like he could climb a damn tree. He was struggling so bad.
I was able to hop. I got hops though. I was able to get up there a little bit.
And then
Able to
we.
touch the kind of-
And then who was it? Kyla on the slide. My God,
Oh.
that
You
metal
remember that?
metal
Yeah.
slide.
That was.
He remembers now. It took him a
Yeah.
sec.
We have pictures to prove all of this.
Oh my goodness.
Thanks to Cassandra Harris for photographing everything. My God, every time we had to stop. We were in Chinatown,
Yeah,
Little Italy. We had to
there
stop
was a
every
lot
2
of
seconds
stops
to get the
for
photos. Things are still dropping over here.
Goodness.
My
Get your
goodness.
partner, dog.
I know, dude.
But
come
no,
on.
I was a very.
T Jack also never.
Yeah, okay.
I was a very outdoors person. I played a bunch of sports. It was mainly like baseball and then like deck hockey, but like it was just like us running instead of like having roller skates. Basketball. What else was there? Those were like the main ones.
Those are the main
that
ones,
I
yeah,
played
that's
a
fine.
lot. Yeah, so very active as a kid.
Very active. Yeah, I'm like the hiking camper kind of
Yeah,
kid.
see, that's not me.
That's not you at all.
That's-
You're not.
I'm
like,
not really too much of a like that much outdoors. But
Okay.
if I'm like outside, like sports wise, you know.
Sports, I love like street ball. I love playing that.
Oh, absolutely.
Because we got a
Just
court up at
running
my
around.
camp, and we run runs up there, fives all the time. So I mean,
Yeah.
who doesn't love playing that kind of stuff?
Yeah,
outside?
I mean, I'm horrible. To be like completely.
see, that's
honest
that's why we
with
call it sports. That's why we
exactly.
that's why we call it rather than play it.
No, like the only kind of advantage I can bring to the game is somewhat speed, and then like being annoying.
Yeah, that's me.
That-
I'm
Yeah,
a trash. Oh, let's let him over there while we talk about
he's
basketball.
locked in.
He's
right
locked
now.
in right now.
I have no idea. I think I have an idea who was sitting here for this podcast who was before us, and they're gonna have a nice little email after this.
Threatening with emails.
They're in trouble.
They're in big trouble.
Oh, I see. I fixed it. I'm a handyman. I know what the hell's going on over here.
Good. You're not a mathematician though. So,
Yes, I am. 95% chances. Arithmetics are really coming in handy.
I'm the trash type talk. Word.
Oh, we know you trash
I'm
talking.
the trash talking type of person. It's like when I'm playing defense, like I'm like, oh, you're not going to.
He cheats too, Ryan. You have to be careful.
No, that I don't do. No.
Yes, because
No.
you almost lost to me.
That's not
and,
cheating.
And even in Ollie's match that you did up at camp hiking a few weeks ago, you lost to him.
How's that cheating?
But you tried
Losing
to pull,
and cheating
he
are
tried
two
to pull
different
his
things.
tricks on me a few times, and even
What? Ryan, has he backed up any evidence of me
Well,
cheating? That's just losing.
I can't
And
see any proof. I fear.
he has his tactics
Oh.
no.
that I think Kevin and Alke would agree on.
Name dropping everybody. Why don't?
I'm not going to name drop this podcast before us because that's just kind
That's
of
not right.
right. That's not right. But people that I know and have a good, I don't know,
Relationship.
Yes, I can name drop because I know that they're on my side rather than Orange Dude over there.
Of course. Obviously. No, but I agree with you. I'm very much a rage baiter.
Rage baiter too, yeah.
It's very much one of my top hobbies to do in any sort of setting.
Well, my cousin Joshua, he used to do like all like the AAU stuff.
Yeah.
And, like travel around here.
Okay,
Like he
yeah,
took
yeah.
basketball seriously.
Yeah.
And I mean, I played basketball when I was in high school, but like more like middle school. I didn't really play that much, and I play outside a lot. So every time we would 1v1, I always got the upper hand on him. Not just because I'm 2 years older than him, but I would just get in his head so bad. I just like I'm not really the best. Like I
Oh,
have
we
a good
know.
shot. I mean, I can finish at the rim pretty solid. I don't have any hops. I can't dunk to save my life.
Yeah.
But he can shoot from downtown. But I'm constantly getting in his head, and it's just
Get him off his game.
It gets him off his game. Exactly. Yeah. And he gets so mad. And I'm like, how does it make you feel that you lost to someone that calls basketball?
Ooh.
I was like, I hope you know you actually play this. I just call it. So the fact that you're
that
losing.
would hurt. That would hurt.
Yeah. Oh, it got in his head so bad.
Do you even rage to video gaming or anything? You ever get that rage bait too?
Oh, absolutely. I feel like I love doing it in games. There was a while where I would get like mad at games, but like more so now, I just try to like I try being introspective about my fault. So instead of me being like, oh, this game sucks, I hate this, I'm like, okay, what can I have done?
So you're not gonna flight react it and throw your remote through the wall? You're not gonna do that?
that old me, yes.
Old you?
Old Ryan Quinn.
Old Ryan Quinn had a little bit of a temper issue when it came to some of these games, but now it's calmed down.
It's calmed down now?
It's calmed down.
Would you be surprised if I told you I'm not a gamer at all? Or
Not
I
really,
used to
no.
be. Used to be big,
Yeah.
but as I got older, just
Oh, you're
regret it.
like you said, you were outdoorsy.
Exactly, yeah. I'm
Yeah,
more
that's
of an
like
outdoors kid.
that's like the one thing that's like weird about me. Like I was always like into sports, and I would like spend like 10 hours inside playing.
Yes, I was a
What was the
gamer,
go-to
too.
game?
Me,
Were you a 2K person?
I was a 2K
Okay,
person.
there we
I
go.
did 2K. I did a lot of Madden.
Okay, me too.
Yes. Fortnite.
Fortnite back in the day, yeah, when it was popular. And
What
it
about
just
Call
kinda
of Duty?
died
That's my
down.
go-to.
A little bit,
little
yeah. I
COD?
play a little bit of here and there. There's a couple like person games that I really enjoy. There's this one like called Persona. It's like this RPG game that I'm like really into.
Okay.
So that's like the main one. But like right now, it's like playing one of the Persona games. I have like one of the older ones that I need to get through. And really just a and WWE.
Oh,
I did
I'm so
that.
glad you brought that. Cause that was
Yeah.
the next topic in a sec. What was your favorite WWE game? Did you have a favorite one?
Game, probably 11
That's a classic.
because that was like the first game I got. I remember I was like walking home from my grandma with something, and like we saw like the game outside one of these like stores. I'm like, oh, I have to get that, and I had to like go back to like my mom, and she had to like sign off on it, and then I like went over. We got the game, and that's like the one I have like a bunch of memories, like the Road to WrestleMania stuff. I like spammed a bunch of those, so it was a lot of that. So probably 11 would be the top one.
11's the go-to. That's great, and I'm glad that I know that I'm not the only wrestling fan here. I mean, you probably know I would argue that I'm the biggest wrestling fan. In
I would
Park.
say so, yeah.
I would say that I'm probably the biggest wrestling fan here, but I'm not the only one. There's a
No,
lot
there's
of
so
wrestling
many.
fans here,
Yeah.
and that makes me happy because the school I went to, I was made fun of for even liking and
No,
associating
exactly.
myself
Like,
with wrestling.
He was the quiet child in high school, according to his teacher, Mr. G on Two Jagoffs. He was the quiet one.
I was the quiet.
I don't know if I actually agree with that because he's surely not quiet here at Point Park, but
No, it's okay. I was a quiet one too at school.
so was I.
So we're all the quiet.
Yeah, we were all quiet.
We're down here yapping a lot
Yeah.
here. Look at us now. Who would have
Yeah,
thought?
I was nice and quiet. I was always the one that was very scared to raise my hand and talk out
I feel like
loud.
that was all of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, my issue is that like a lot of the time I would raise my hand because no one else is.
Yeah.
That's just the awkwardness too. Do you go for it? What happens if you're wrong?
Oh, I
care?
remember like I used to go to this one school and like no one was raising their hand, and then I like raised up my hand. I'm like, I'll do the problem on the board, and then I
See,
got it wrong.
I hated going to the front because that's just like the nerve. I always used photo math in high school.
Whoa.
I always did the easy way.
And you want to talk about cheating? Me cheating.
I don't think that's a form of cheating. That's a form of trying to teach yourself because the teacher couldn't teach and we all had the problem. And so photo math was like the way to go, and it was an assistance.
Okay, it was an assistance.
But yeah, I will
Well, but-
say.
Oh, God.
Sorry, look, my raising hand capabilities really have
Raising hand capabilities really help.
for sure. But mainly it's also because like I see no one else raising their hand. I'm like, well, someone has to do it.
Someone asked it. How did we get on this? Oh, wrestling.
Yeah,
That's right.
yeah.
Wrestling. So you're a big wrestling fan, huh?
For sure, yeah. Back when like ever since I forget what it was. I think I was just scrolling through TV one day and then I saw like I think it was like CM Punk on top of a cell.
Oh, Hell in a Cell, yeah.
Yeah, and then I saw that. It was like some type of clip on SmackDown. I'm like, whoa, this is so cool. And then I kind of started watching it from there.
So are you like just in the WWE? Is it all professional wrestling, local?
So before, right now, it's mainly like WWE and AEW. Those are the two main ones I follow. When I was younger, like 18, 19, I was like really into New Japan at the time.
Yeah.
So there's like a bunch of them, but those three were like the three like mainstays of what I liked.
Three mainstays, no TNA? Never.
Not really, no. I thought there's like some clips and it's like entertaining, so that's why I like kind of felt like out of the loop when like people like Samoa Joe and AJ Styles eventually like transitioned over to WWE. I'm like, who are these guys? 'Cause I didn't know them.
No, well, I'll tell you what, professional wrestling is like my go-to. I absolutely love
Yeah.
it. And you know I've been doing a lot of commentary and stuff on the side with them. Have you ever like went to like one of the local indie events by any chance or anything? Because indie wrestling is totally different from like the pros, like pro
for
wrestling.
sure. I will say I feel like there's like 3 indie events I went to, but it's not really a lot recently. There's like a 4th of July fair up in like Lawrenceville, and they usually had like a show there, and I was like always go to that one. I think they had one at my like old like grade school.
Okay.
So those were like the main ones. Of course, I respect it. You know, it's incredible like being able to do all that. But indie wrestling, it's like not really the main. At least like Pittsburgh.
That's fair. And I'll tell you what, a lot of the up and comers that are going to be signed by WWE or
They're
signed,
probably starting up on.
they're
the
starting
indies,
on the indies. I mean, Britt Baker, she's from Pittsburgh. You got Joaquin Wild, who's in WWE. He's from Pittsburgh. Elias, he's from Pittsburgh. So many of the great ones are from there.
Oh, for sure.
And it's so cool being able to meet them too, like just seeing them backstage. Because I remember my first ever show was IWC. I was sitting backstage just shadowing the like broadcast before I actually got hired by them. And I'm sitting at the table, and I looked to my right, and there was all these wrestlers like that. I remember growing up watching, like my buddy Andrew Palace, who I'm actually really good friends with now, Gannon Jones Jr., just all these guys all lined up. And then I looked to my left, and there's Elias. And I'm just sitting there, and I feel, and he taps me on the shoulder, and I'm like, "Yes, Elias." And he's like, "When's my match?" I was like, "You're asking me when your match is." I look at the rundown because it's right in front of me. I'm like, "You're on 4th." He's like, "All right, thank you, buddy." And he walked away, and I was like, "What the hell?"
Yeah.
And I introduced myself to him later on, obviously.
Yeah,
So I'm
of
like,
course.
"Get a selfie. It's Elias. Who's gonna say no to that?"
Yeah.
And then as he's coming out from the back after he just got done kicking somebody's ass in the ring,
Yeah.
he's come back. He's shaking everybody's hands. He comes over to the table. He shakes my hand. And he was like, "Oh, thanks for letting me know when my match was, Austin." And he remembered my name. I'm like, "Holy shit, Elias knows my name." I was like, "He knows my name. This is crazy
Big
work."
time, yeah.
That's big time right there. And dude, I'll tell you what, the wrestling community, they are the nicest
They're
athletes.
so nice. Yeah.
Nicest. Like I've worked with basketball, football. I've worked almost every sport.
Yeah.
Wrestlers are easily the nicest. Easily the nicest.
No, they're so incredible. And like the amount of like damage they do to their bodies like every week just to
my God.
entertain. It's insane.
Yeah, it's crazy.
He may be in the ring instead of calling. He may be fighting because, you never know with him.
I think he could get in there. He could put up. a
But
good
would you
scrap
bet
against-
for Austin Carnes to beat a professional wrestler? I would not put money. I would put
mean,
money on
I
the
don't
opposite.
think anyone would. I know you are a bit of a gambler, so I don't know.
What's the betting odds on that?
What's the betting odds? Well,
minus like 300,000 if I had to think.
gotta look at FanDuel and DraftKings. I think they would have some stats.
Oh Lord.
No, but professional wrestling, it's cool, man. And I'll tell you what, you probably saw some of the promos too with
Yeah.
some of the wrestlers too. What do you think about those kind of guys? You ever see any of the ones where I took some bumps before?
Don't think so.
The
No.
two Jagoffs ones?
Oh,
There's Gannon,
yes,
there's
yes,
Wes,
yes.
there's Palace.
I've seen not like the specific wrestling like wrestler ones you've done, but I know you've done like ones where you're like taking like the bumps. Like
What were some of the bump ones you saw, just out of curiosity? I love hearing people's stories on
I
this.
think there was like a table one. I
Yep.
know like the chair one you mentioned to me. Each time that like can gets thrown at you, I really thought it was
the
like,
Pringles
some type
can, yes.
of- like the sound it makes. I'm like, oh my god,
It's
Austin
real.
Carnes is concussed.
I'm in
What
DCE.
is going to happen?
That's
now?
what happens when you put yourself out there and you think that you're the number one overall, and that's when you just get demolished.
Oh, obviously, you can't be too cocky in these parts.
Oh, that's him. That's why he gets some of these promos through the table, through the chairs, the Pringles can.
I'll tell you what, the only reason why I keep doing it and put my butt on the line for it, I got 2 jobs out of it.
Of course,
I got 2 jobs out of it. So I was like, screw it. I mean, they're willing to see that I'm committed. Why not? Why not
Yeah,
be
of
putting
course.
myself out there?
He may be in the ring a year or two from now.
I don't know about that. I'm scrawny. Look at me.
We
I'm
know
not built
that.
like a wrestler.
I think you could take one bump in the next year.
I could take a bump.
In
Yeah,
the ring,
I could do that.
Would you put yourself in WWE? Would you want to commit to that?
That's
Play-by-play
a good question.
play-by-play
Oh.
commentary, or even in the ring? Would you want to commit to that kind of transition?
Back when I was younger, I did like being a wrestler was like my dream thing that I wanted to do, and I kind of realized like how tough it was. I'm like, ugh.
Yeah, it's
And also again, like with the professional sports things, like I'm a pretty short guy. I would have to be some type of like luchador or something, and that would just take like so much training for me to do, like get like really to the athleticism as like some of these other like luchadors and like small guys are able to do.
We have a gym right down the street, a few blocks up on the 2nd or 3rd floor. We can really start getting you trained.
But that would just a lot of work in it.
You're trying to recruit Ryan Quinn to be a pro wrestler?
I may get a gig out of it. You never know what I could be his contract agent.
You could be his manager.
I could be his manager.
You could be his Paul Heyman.
Yes.
Be a really good manager. No, but
You talk a lot, so you would be a good one.
I'd be securing him a lot of positions, and I'd be getting that cha-ching real fast.
Of course. He's my top guy right there.
You, on the other hand, I don't know how to be a manager for that, just because it's an evolving situation every day. Something new with him. You easygoing, easily can kind of fit, know the ins and outs.
Of course. This guy.
Well, This guy.
See, I don't even have to say
This guy. You
this
just like,
guy.
This guy.
No, but if I were given like the opportunity, like commentate, I totally would take it. I do think like I don't think it would be the end goal, but you know, if I was like really set in and I like really realized, oh, I love this, I'm gonna stick with it. You know, I could see it.
Yeah,
happening.
I'll tell you what though, commentating wrestling is so different than other sports because you know you're also telling the story. Like you're a character yourself. You're not just like with basketball. It's like, oh, Warner zips down in the corner, shoots at the foot of three, he makes it. Caden Warner, like you know that. But with wrestling, like you gotta really tell their stories. You gotta know their moves. You gotta know their backgrounds.
There's so much happening,
and you gotta like also sell your emotions. Like I can't be saying, oh, what the hell is this on a basketball broadcast?
No, you can't be doing.
But
that.
you gotta say it for a wrestling commentating broadcast because if you're monotone, you're just like, oh, he hits him with a chair. Like what?
Well, then you get in the ring because Ryan and I both can tell lots of stories in your story and our emotions for you.
Thanks.
You're welcome. See, Ryan, I'm trying to get us a gig here. Hopefully it can pop up. You never know where IWC and Joy and a lot of these other companies may want to get you in the ring and they need two of Austin's friends to tell the story. We can be there front and center.
We will be there no matter what.
My goal this year is to try and get as many Point Park students as I can to come to one of these events.
I definitely will.
I got to get you guys there. There's one right over in the South Side every Thursday night for free. It's free shows. You just walk right in.
You can torture them. That's the best part, I think, about in any wrestling event. You can make signs and you can, I don't know, just torture the people in the ring.
Yeah.
I do know. I have like a 5:40 class, but I think like after that, it's like later.
It's
nights,
8,
right?
so
Yeah,
it's 8
exactly. No, I
happy hour 7:45, 8 o'clock's the show.
Well,
Oh, we know he's at happy hour.
No, not that kind of happy hour. That's the name of their pre-show. Come on. There's no-
Hey.
No, I will.
I can't drink what I call. Come on.
I will pull up.
Okay, well,
eventually.
bet. Well, I will tell you this too. We have some other big news. It's totally off topic. I mean,
Big
this
news. I'm lost.
This is really big news. This is more of a two Jagoffs thing because
Okay.
it's a part of two Jagoffs. I don't know if you saw my story or any of my posts or anything as of recently, but we actually got this big announcement. I just want to get your opinion on it live here on Steel City.
Oh Lord.
You remember the Day of Giving event that goes on at Point Park, right? Where like they raise a bunch of money to give back to students for tuition and
I think so.
Last year they raised $267,000. I actually had the opportunity to interview Austin about this over the weekend.
Oh yes, yeah, I remember seeing a little bit of that.
yeah.
Hey.
So I'm actually going to be the host of it this year, the face of it,
Ooh.
and we're putting on a bunch of different events, and one of them is a live Two Jagoffs podcast here at Point Park University. So you know, like Pat McAfee's Big Night Out show.
Yeah.
It's pretty much that, but with two Jagoffs.
Oh, that's gonna be great.
And I'm going to host it. I'm bringing on a bunch of different people, some Pittsburgh folks, some of my wrestling buddies are going to come and help out, some of my former guests. And we're putting on this live event. We're going to give out stuff all night. We're going to raise a bunch of money. It's going to be a big
No,
charity
that's
event.
gonna
I get to gamble on campus.
Well, you know, you
Oh,
gotta keep me in
you're gonna let that out.
Listen, the day of giving, not gambling.
The day of gambling.
No.
No.
Would you come to this event? We don't have an exact date yet, but would you be there?
As long as I'm like available.
It's free for students.
Yeah, as long as I'm available.
Yeah, what do you think about that? Though? Like a live, I've never
Oh,
saw
no, that's
anybody at Point Park
incredible.
do that before. A
No,
live
no,
podcast.
It will definitely be in the history, in the making books. I don't know, how do you want to characterize it given the evolution of the situation.
Of course.
Of the evolving situation.
No, that's fantastic.
I appreciate it.
That's gonna be a lot of fun for you and like having all these people come in and like
Yeah.
make sure that everyone like gets an opportunity to come down to Point Park.
Yeah, it's just all about exposure. And I mean, I was shocked whenever they let me do that, actually, because they're giving me full creative control over it, too. So they're like, hey, you can put this whole show together. Just obviously, I need to approve it with everything.
Yeah.
But I was getting the emails all day today. I was like, oh, my God, I can't believe that I'm in an email chain with Point Park executives that say two Jagoffs in the title. But here we are.
And I have to give him credit. When you are going for the work and you put the work in, the effort will show that on the other side.
Oh, absolutely.
And you're not the only one that I tell that to. I tell that to anybody. When you put that hard work in, it will surely pay off, and it surely has. And this is me being sentimental, not trying to joke around.
No, I
here.
appreciate that. That means a lot.
It only took about like almost an hour for him to do that.
3 years in total since Two Jagoffs has started. As the 3-year anniversary will actually be coming up for Two Jagoffs.
Yeah, how about that, Ryan?
In August.
It's 3 years of my podcast.
Oh my goodness.
I know, I'm old.
Old as Methuselah.
What?
Oh.
What?
Let him cook.
He is cooking over there. He went from being sentimental to roasting in a matter of like,
course.
10 seconds? Not even.
That's just how it goes.
That's just how it goes.
I had the opportunity to ask him over the weekend if he could share any guests. He said no.
I can't.
He can't share any guests.
I can tell you off camera, Ryan.
You can tell.
I can
yes.
tell you off camera. I'll
But
tell you off
publicly, I tried to press him as the best journalist person
course,
that I
'cause
am.
that's what you have
I
to
tried
do.
asking the hard questions. He just wasn't budging.
camera. No. I'm like your favorite politician. I wasn't budging.
My interview, I aced that interview. Let's be honest.
I'll give you credit. You did a good job on that interview for once.
I was a little nervous, but I was the first person. Believe it, Ryan. As long as this news has been out, I was the first person to actually interview him about it.
Look at
I beat
that.
the news. I beat YouView. I beat the
everyone.
Globe. I'm just that damn good.
He's just that good.
I'm just that good.
I don't know if you can beat that.
But I tried pressing him. No answers. So what do you tell the audience on? What do you two, Ryan? How do you want to get the people in the event if he's not going to reveal who's going to be there?
Well, I'll let you answer this from a fan perspective. Then
Yeah,
I'll
what
tell
do you
my
say
action
as
plan.
a fan perspective? Would you come to that event without sharing the nicks and who's going to come on camera?
Well, I do know Mr. Carnes, so I feel like if I had the availability to go to it, I would go to it just because I know him. I'm good friends with him. You know, I have to
Hell
support
yeah,
my
that's
friend.
support right there.
And what do you tell Point Park students that you're friends with too that does
you think people actually, in all seriousness,
Yeah.
you genuinely believe people like would be interested in this?
even if they don't
I think-
even know of two Jagoffs too?
I think a lot of the sports com people would want to show up. I think a lot of the other like Point Park people, like some of the dancers, theater, anyone else, like any other majors, those just the two like come to my mind. It will be a little bit more difficult just because they're kind of like stationed in their own thing with like
Right.
Copa and all that.
I will say this. I don't want to reveal names, but there are guests from Copa, former alumni that was on Broadway,
Yeah.
actually going to be coming for this.
No,
and
that's
there is
exactly
some
what you
sports
would need.
people. So there's a little mix
See,
of
that's the
everybody.
tease that I was trying to hint for.
There's a little bit of everybody, but I can't name names.
You can't name names. That was the tease I was trying to get for, but he didn't want to reveal in the interview. He was saving it for, of course, the best podcast in Pittsburgh, Steel City.
Whoa. Second.
Second.
Two Jagoffs first. You know that.
I had a
Come on, two Jagoffs.
as the reporter and a host of a podcast, I kind of have to plug that. That's just being
About to say,
sentimental.
does Steel City have this beautiful cup? I don't think so.
But that's like Greg Brown on the Pirates. Like, he's putting himself out there as the #1 broadcaster. He wants people to tune in. I'm trying to get people to tune into this damn event. That's what I'm trying to get to do. But
I'll answer your question for you. My action plan for it is to market the hell out of this.
Yes, no, that was gonna be my thing too. Like
Yeah.
a lot of the marketing.
you going to interview students? You're going to go up and say, hey, are you
Yeah.
coming to the Two Jagoffs event?
I'm gonna walk around that little microphone. Actually,
Yes, honestly, I think that would be good
Do you
marketing.
know about two Jagoffs?
Do you know about two Jagoffs? Oh, well, you're a
is-
Jagoff.
Who is the current host of Two Jagoffs?
That's Austin Carnes.
There you go.
So
You
smart.
aced it.
See?
Who hits Austin Carnes to the chair? There
Lucas Coons.
you go.
Hey, 2 for 2.
All right, who lost to Creighton in March Madness?
Can't answer that. Can't answer that.
That's the kind of what I'm waiting for with as the semester starts, literally going up to even the security desk or whoever. Do you know who Two Jagoffs is literally recording that. That would be the sentimental. I would literally die laughing if someone just ran up to me. Who's the current host of Two Jagoffs? Who's the other Jagoff?
Who's the other Jagoff? This is too much.
Where does Two Jagoffs record at? There's
That's-
two answers to that.
Yeah, we have two different. Yeah, here and then my other studio at home.
HQ.
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 Yeah, Jagoff headquarters. I know
Have
it's.
that.
I do want to end off this interview. Well, it's not even really an interview. It's more of just a
Yeah.
podcast. Just a podcast with three friends. Ryan Quinn joined the show. I really do appreciate you coming on.
course.
But I feel like we got to address the elephant in the room. We got to talk about one last big topic. And if you couldn't go tell where I'm going with this, just look at Nick Brown's shirt over there. Fake fan, by the way.
Hey, look at
Hey!
that.
Wearing the Steelers. I mean, if you know this, I'm not a Steelers fan.
Yeah.
Oh,
He's
we
not
know.
a Steelers
Cardinals
fan.
fan.
I'm assuming you're a Steelers
I
fan.
am a Steelers fan.
From a Steelers fan perspective and from a sports comm student's perspective, what are your expectations for them this year?
Okay, I feel like the team realistically is better than last year. I would have Rodgers over Wilson and Fields. I do think Najee. I love Najee, great guy. I did like Warren more. I know there's like a little bit of ball security issues there. I think the O-line with Fatanu and how it performed in this first preseason game, not to get like too excited, but it seems to be doing a tiny bit better. And overall, I think Ramsey is like a solid addition. It does suck losing Minka. So overall, I do think the team is better than last year. But it's just it's so difficult because like at the same time it's so good, but yeah, it's such like the same. It's like minuscule like improvements happening with the team. And there's some improvements where you're like, oh, this is good, and then other times where it's like, oh, well, we don't have a second receiver yet. We don't know how Caleb Johnson's going to be. We don't know about the development of
Right.
like Fatanu and Broderick Jones. And there's like Cam Hayward's getting older. Watt had like a end to the season.
I mean, he didn't have a tackle since Christmas.
He didn't have a tackle since Christmas, and have like a stat recorded for like a while. So it's a little bit scary, especially like the corner room too. I meant to mention that with like Slay and like Ramsey, like they're good, but they're old. But I do think there is a possibility of a playoff win. I find the 9-8 jokes funny. I do think we're kind of around that range, even though we've done it like one time. That's neither here nor there. I do think overall, I do see like a kind of like 10-7, 9-8
10-7. Okay.
coming in. With hopefully a playoff win. It does depend on the matchup, though. I do think if we get like the Bills or the Chiefs, I'm not really liking our chances. Ravens, not sure yet. Those Ravens-Steelers games are always chaotic.
Oh, for sure.
But I feel like we're kind of like in that middle of the pack AFC team, and I don't think we haven't done enough to like put us to like the top level. But I don't think we're like automatically going to be like one of the worst teams, because if we were one of the worst teams, then like Rodgers would have to. It would be worst case scenario for that case. So overall, I think a playoff win. Hopefully, we get it. That's what the team is like going towards in like my direction. I don't think the Super Bowl's in the picture just yet. I obviously I want it to be.
You can wish for that.
I can't wish for that, but I think there's AFC teams that are better, but we're like middle of the pack, 6-5. I think a wild card spot's in the picture.
What do you make of the Super Bowl already leaking? TikTok and how Reddit likes to explode preseason.
Of course.
The Bills. That's what some
Bills.
expectations are, that the Bills will be and win the Super Bowl.
It makes sense. I feel like they've gone to that point so many times. It's just like the like Mahomes is literally like he's like always behind them, and he's like always like every time you think they have a chance of making it, he just like pulls them back, and he's like, nope, you're not. No Super Bowl.
He doesn't. He looks confused. No,
I want to backtrack. You didn't even give us a chance to talk about the Steelers yet. You're already moving on to the Bills.
Well,
he hates the team.
I'm about to say, like, damn, like I didn't have a chance to respond.
Well, we're gonna get there.
Okay,
but I just want to get your reaction to that about the Bills Super Bowl. You think
it's not really too surprising? They are a pretty like solid team. I do think that like the Ravens, as much as I hate to say, they are so well rounded. They do such a good job drafting. I swear every time I see like the draft, I see they draft someone. Like, how did that happen? Why do they keep getting away with this? I do think like the Ravens are a little bit better overall, but like if the Bills make it, that doesn't surprise me. Chiefs make it, doesn't surprise me.
You think they'll be top of their division? Bills?
Oh, absolutely. That's not really too much of a question for me.
Well, I'll just say this: Bills got to beat the Chiefs first when it matters.
Exactly.
That's
like my main thing. That's like the only thing.
And what are your Cardinals? Oh, and what? Trying to get to the Super Bowl?
All right, we're not talking about the Cardinals, but the backtrack, go back to your Steelers. Yeah. Here's my couple question marks that I have around them. Number one, can that defense stay healthy?
Oh,
because that defense last year was so off the field. I mean, Cam Hayward was on and off. Watt had a little bit of an injury last year. He was dealing with at one point in time. Minka's a big loss.
Minka is a big loss. I training camp wise, I've seen a little bit of like help with Thornhill. I really liked Elliott. I think Elliott had an amazing season
nice.
Last season.
I like Peyton Wilson too.
Peyton Wilson, love him.
Love Peyton Wilson. Jack Sawyer, he concerns me because I mean at Ohio State he racked up penalties like his Halloween candy. So he kind of concerns me a little bit. But I mean the offensive line is still young. The running back room is thin. I mean, outside of Warren and Johnson, do you really even have anybody? Johnson's unproven. Warren, I mean, he's a third down back. I don't really see any benefit there.
I think there was someone in preseason. They had a really nice screen pass at the end of the first half, I believe. I could be wrong.
Yeah.
But, again, it's like preseason. We all know how these things are going to go. But, yeah, right. I agree with both of those issues.
Exactly. And, I mean, outside of DK Metcalf, this wide receiver room, thin as could be.
We do want, Roman Wilson, he needs to step up. Calvin Austin, he needs to step up. I didn't hate the Pickens trade. I get why they did it, but God, I really wanted to see Pickens and DK at least have a couple of games together. If I were in that position where we knew we weren't going to re-sign him, I would have dumped him off at the deadline.
Maybe at the deadline. That's what I was thinking too. Save him for the deadline.
I really wanted to see the two. All the memes I got when we first traded for DK, I was so excited. I was happy. I wanted to see us at least maybe draft a different wide receiver too. Mm-hmm. Instead of I like Sawyer. I don't like edge depth wasn't the biggest. I mean it was a need, but
yeah, I didn't care for that pick either. But I'll tell you this: my biggest concern, all out of everything with the Steelers, is when I look at stats, I see 9 straight years without a playoff win.
Yeah, of
9
course.
straight. 2016 was the last time the Steelers had a playoff win.
Yeah.
That right there is abysmal.
It's scary.
Yeah, if you're the city of champions, if you're the city of winners, like
you gotta win.
It's the city of depression. I think we've reiterated that multiple
right now
times.
it's the city of depression, and I'm not trying to blame Mike Tomlin here, but I will
Oh,
say
of
this.
course not. Of course
I will
not.
say this. Can I finish my damn
Of
point?
course not. Of course you're not going to blame Mike Tomlin.
I am blaming Mike Tomlin. What I'm saying is, every single year you have a winning season.
Yeah.
You have a winning season every single year. You can't make a playoffs.
No.
Can't get to
No.
the
It's
Super Bowl again.
it's
Like,
so
come on, it's
frustrating.
gotta fall in the
You check
coaching
out
at some point.
You check out after you get a winning season.
It gotta fall in coaching at some point.
I get why we don't fire him though, because we are in like it sucks because it's like so it's like comfortable, but like knowing that your team is not gonna like always going to be competing for like a playoff spot and then but it's not good enough to really like fight for like getting to the Super Bowl is such like a big issue I have, because like Tomlin obviously is like good. Again, I totally get the reasoning. If we were to fire him, teams would come pick him up immediately.
Right.
But I think if something goes wrong, like we do have to have those discussions. I get why like people are on the Tomlin fiery trade. I would be very indifferent to it. I would be sad if it happened, but I would get why it would happen.
And I'll tell you this, there's no better leader than Mike Tomlin. Mike Tomlin knows how to rally the troops, knows how to rally his boys. I mean, he's one of the few coaches that I can definitely say he knows the growth cycle from boy to man. Like, he knows how to raise you into a man.
Yeah.
And he's done such a great job of that with so many different players. Obviously, we've seen the wide receiver turmoil issues over the years with Pickens, and Johnson, Juju, AB, Martavius Bryant. The list goes on and on.
Don't diss Juju. I think Juju.
You don't think Juju?
Okay, I think Juju just did too many TikTok dances. At the end of the day, he
Exactly, he wasn't disciplined.
But like compared to everyone,
Discipline is a big part of.
But I think
is an issue for the Steelers. He does not discipline.
I think compared to everyone,
No, Tomlin disciplines. I'm just saying, like, the
Weekly,
receivers.
very weak discipline.
I don't know about that.
a little. But I think for like the players are like really good.
Yeah.
They kind of get that. But again, I feel like Juju did a lot of TikTok dances, but there was nothing else he was doing that was necessarily bad. AB, he's a train wreck.
Huh.
Deontay was being a little bit of a diva.
GP.
We know how Pickens was, on your team now.
Yes. I think Schottenheimer will fix him up.
Like Bryant, like he had like his issues. Like again, like I get why Juju's being put up there, because there's like so many times where I remember doing the TikTok dance with like on the Bengals logo, and in that same game, he literally gets hit sticked and fumbles it.
Yeah.
But again, like compared to everyone else, Juju, I think he's not as bad. When I think of like diva wide receivers, I wouldn't put Juju up.
You wouldn't put him up there, but there was,
There was a little bit.
there was a little bit there. And that's the point. Like, when can the Steelers get out of that turmoil? When can they actually get over the hump and get back to playoffs? Because, again, even though I'm not a Steelers fan, I want the Steelers to win.
Of course.
When you
I
get
wanna
rid of
see
Mike
them
Tomlin.
succeed. Exactly, but I want to see them succeed, because at the end of the day, this is the city of champions. And, I mean, the Penguins, they're starting to make that push now. We've seen the
Yeah.
Pirates. I mean, they're just a train wreck.
Oh
So we could
Push.
forget
There's
about
no
the
push
Pirates.
there.
There's a push into the ground, 6
Yes.
feet under. With the Steelers, though, it would be nice to see them win. But again, lack of competition. You go up against the Ravens twice a year, the Bengals twice a year, and a Browns team twice a year that actually had your number last year. They had you 1-1. So there's a lot of question marks there. I mean, what's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, I agree with all those. The playoff record, it always sucks seeing that.
It's bad.
It's really bad. But overall, like again, it does have the capability of like doing well. Again, Ravens Steelers games are so chaotic. I see us splitting the series with them. I see us like I see division wise 4-2, and then we sweep the I don't really have too much trust in the not Bengals, the Browns this year. Again, Bengals defense, we know how that is. Ravens, like I said, there's just so much chaos that happened in like Steelers Ravens games where it's kind of like you expect the opposite to happen in those, and they're just ugly. That's why I believe like we'll always weasel a game out of them.
Of course.
You think the bye week has a big factor this year? I think the bye week for the Steelers is week 5.
Oh,
very early on.
Very early. That was one of the worries when we were 11-0. We had that early COVID bye week because the Ravens couldn't be healthy enough for it, and we had that, and we were like tired at the end, and then we just fell apart again because like the offensive game plan was very much like a bit of an issue there. But overall, I mean, like the bye week, that's just how it goes. We can just hope and pray that we're able to.
Yeah, hope and pray strength and
Hope and
conditioning.
pray that there. But yeah, I get all the issues. It makes total sense. I'm not going to be like delusional and be like, oh, still is Super Bowl light work.
I have a good football question to end off on. What's the Super Bowl prediction this year?
Super Bowl prediction.
We'll go around the room.
All right.
You start us. You want? Oh yeah, that way you start downtown, Nick Brown. Go ahead, Mr. Prince.
95% chance, by the way.
Gosh. Cowboys? I'm going to throw them in there. I'm going to throw the Cowboys in there.
Your actual Super Bowl prediction.
Yes.
Okay, all right.
Cowboys. Who do I want going up against the Cowboys? That's the issue. That's the issue.
I'm gonna be checked out until he makes this take. Just so you know.
Who do you think is going to make it then?
Definitely. Well, I don't know. The Steelers, maybe. I don't know.
What? Whoa! What? Hell no! This ain't the '70s. The Steelers and Cowboys.
Steelers?
No.
It's a hot take.
It is a hot take.
Oh my!
Obviously, he is very annoyed at that.
No. Hell no. Hell's bells no. Steelers and Cowboys.
Cowboys and Bills.
That happened in the 80s.
Okay.
Maybe.
See, we're getting there. Cowboys and Ravens.
You're high. What is your Super Bowl prediction?
Okay.
Is that actually your Super Bowl
Yes.
prediction?
I'll come with a hot take because
We have to.
I may have some leaked information that I may be right in the end.
I'm sure he does. Overall, I think AFC. It's either one of. I think it's Bills, Chiefs.
Bills,
Ravens.
Chiefs.
Not a.
I think like one of those three. I think I'm going to go Bills. I feel like actually I lied.
It's so tough.
I so lied. I lied all right to your face. I'm gonna.
You're not the first. You
I'm
probably won't
gonna
be the last.
I am gonna go Ravens. I think they finally are able to break. It does.
As a Steelers fan saying that is
I
probably
know
painful.
it really sucks, but they do such a good job overall, and it's hard to like really see too many flaws with that team. NFC wise,
It's tricky.
I think I'm probably Eagles. It's horrible for me. I have to deal with Philly and Baltimore
Again, Philly again.
Yeah,
Honestly, their team's stacked.
I mean, like you could make an argument for Lions.
Yeah, you could.
That's like the main one, but their coaching.
What about the Vikings? You could make an argument for them too.
Was McCarthy in his first year? I don't know.
I think McCarthy will be able to do well, but I just don't see too much of him. 49ers are like, they're like losing all their weapons. Commanders, Daniels is like good and all. I don't think.
Oh, they don't got McLaurin back there.
Yeah,
No.
exactly. So that's why I feel like Eagles, I mean, they have everything. They have Hurts. They have an amazing receiving core. They still have the really good O-line. They have the really good defense. It would feel stupid not to bet against them.
I mean,
so.
Bucks were also one score away from the Eagles. Just saying.
True.
I'm just saying the Bucks are a sleeper team in the
Bucks
NFC
are
this
solid.
season.
Giants and Patriots.
Okay.
You're done.
I did really enjoy, what's his name? Baker. I loved
Baker Mayfield, yes.
I was very happy when the Browns got rid of him because I'm like, okay, cool, we don't have to deal with him anymore. Because I always liked Baker. He was just a white boy with a little bit of swagger.
I love it.
No JB this year again? No Joe Burrow?
Joe Burr. I can't trust their defense enough to like
Facts.
really think that they're going to be able to make a run. Because again, like when you put them up against other defenses, they don't shape up at all. And sure, they might have like the best offense, but the defense isn't going to do enough for them to make it too far, in my opinion.
I'll tell you what. Bills, Eagles. There's my Super Bowl prediction. It's pretty.
You know what my Super Bowl is? Whichever one makes me money.
Okay.
For all the betting that I'll be doing.
I'm sure.
For all the Super Bowl polls that I always get on. I'll be on Austin's this year. Hopefully I can make some money.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Good luck.
You can be in on it too, Louisville, if you want. It's $5.
Come on, Louisville. Give me some money over here. We can team up over them. More scores that we have, the better chance
More
that we
squares.
I think on the Super Bowl poll that I won, I had like 50 squares. I bought half the poll.
Of course you're going to win the pool, then you have 50 squares.
I did. I think I had I bought 10 and then I think I bought some more and then he couldn't sell the last 10. I said, "Oh, just give me the last 10." So I think I had like 30 or 40 squares on.
So did you spend just as much as you won, or did you?
No,
make bets?
because I split with family. Some family gave me some money and we were able to go in. So I actually won the fourth quarter. I won 300. I'm just fantastic. I have the skills. Come on, Louisville. See, we can team up.
I don't know. I'm not really too much of a gambling man.
I can give you some tactics. I'm probably gonna go buy some lottery after this.
Can I get any like bonus dollars? Like if I put in 5, you give me 10.
I didn't bring it with me. I have a $1 fast play that I got at the Pirate game. They were actually giving out lottery the one day that went a few weeks ago that you got a free fast dollar scratcher. If you buy $1, you hand them a coupon and
They
you
need to get
fast
themselves
play.
some wins. That's what the Pirates
That's
need to do.
what they
Oh, when you have a mediocre coach, mediocre players, that's what happens.
One day, maybe.
I know. I had to throw that in there because he's already ready to go at it.
I hate how he blames the coach when the coach just took over.
Oh, Don Kelly?
Yeah,
That's
don't
alumni there. Don't disrespect the alumni.
exactly.
I'm not disrespecting him,
Yes,
but
you are. You just said a mediocre coach. You called him mediocre.
that is true.
What do you mean? That's not.
Sorry,
disrespectful?
DK.
Mediocre.
Mediocre. Sorry, DK. If you want to come on this podcast and elaborate, you're welcome to sit in this chair.
I don't think he's coming on after you called him mediocre.
I will.
He
say-
can defend himself. That's what you're supposed to do as a coach. If someone calls you that, you're supposed to go on and actually defend yourself. If you're that strong and you're that good of a damn coach,
Okay.
defend yourself.
Hey, DK, no Metcalf. It is a very comfy couch. So not couch.
Couch.
chair.
Whoa, what?
Sure.
I've been sitting on a lot of comfy couches lately. So.
You're being in a seat that has been honored by many guests.
Of course.
And you're the most recent one of them all.
Yes, we're just adding your name to the list here.
Am I at the top now?
Sure are. Louisville.
Oh, this is the New York reunion, of course.
Dang.
Why
We'll
not?
take it. We'll take
Why
it.
not? Well, Ryan, I do really appreciate you coming on,
course.
sharing your story, talking some sports with us. Was there any other final topics you wanted to cover today? I wanted to give the floor up to you for a little bit. Anything else you wanted to add on? Is this your first podcast, or have you
Yes,
been on a
it
podcast?
is,
Is this
actually.
your first podcast?
Yeah, first
oh, that's
time
freaking
ever.
awesome. I'm glad.
The Still City Rumble clap. Still City Rumble, of course, because you're here. First podcast, making history in the books.
Making history.
That's great.
Quinn history.
We'll have to make you jump the aisle and come on Two Jagoffs one day too. That'd be fun.
You have any advice for fellow Point Park students, sports comm students?
Come in. Yeah. Get involved with everything. That's like really like the biggest thing I can give you. I wouldn't be doing sideline if it wasn't for like one little incident, and it's like a core part of like what I'm doing. Yeah, just do everything, get connected with everyone. There are so many opportunities here. So if you have a chance to go do something, please do it.
Please
And
do.
also explore Pittsburgh.
You get to debate Austin if you do sideline, which
You do get to a debate all.
I would love for that to anybody debate him. We can even debate, team up on him for sideline.
Well, you have to give up bingo that night to catch you come.
Debating you, that's easy. That's
That's
put
not
you in the
that's not what I
bag.
said.
That's not
Yes.
a question.
That
Yes.
wasn't the question.
Yes. Just to debate your ass? Most definitely.
Okay, it's locked in. We're locked in.
We are locked
always
in.
locked
There we go.
Yes.
Hell yes. Well, Ryan, I appreciate you coming on so much. Great time as
Oh, you
always.
fist bumped me.
He does.
Took
I'm
him long
always a
enough.
fist
He's a germaphobe.
He is. Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah, he's the
you
how
also
he-
have a
Even,
hand
even on the
sanitizer
bus,
on.
I'm a very big germaphobe.
about-
I don't let anybody sit near me.
I make sense. Yeah.
Even the city is also going downhill, just like all of our other teams.
No comment.
No comment.
No comment. That's the best way
It's
to
okay.
end it off.
Yes.
We're rebuilding for the draft.
Yes, we are.
We are building for the draft. Well, Ryan, any final words you would like to leave with anybody else?
Go Steelers.
Go Steelers.
Please,
Oh.
please,
Go-
please win. Please, I beg. I need you guys.
Come to Two Jagoffs.
And come to the Day of Giving.
Yes,
Jags
yes,
live.
yes,
Jags,
yes, yes.
Jags live show. Please show up. It'll be great.
I'll be there, of course, if
He
you want to
will
meet
be
me.
There. Austin Carnes is an amazing podcaster, and there are going to be so many cool guests. I don't care if you're not sports comm or don't know Austin Carnes. It'll be a fun show. Please show up, because then you can allow other people to enjoy the experience of Point Park.
Yes, sir. I'm clipping that, and that's going on social media.
Yes.
So you know.
And he
There
made
you
that
go.
statement first right here on Still City,
Yes,
the
he
day
did.
after I got done interviewing. See how everything lies together?
Great.
Yeah,
Well,
it's
ladies
all
and
fun,
gentlemen, thank you all so much for tuning in to yet another episode of Steel City. Thank you again, Ryan Quinn, for coming on. Until next time, we'll see you all in the next one. Peace.